What's up, guys? It's Benny. The nation is still reeling after the horrific slaughter of innocent Christian children praying in church in Minneapolis. A transgender going and targeting them, taking 2 lives, Harper and Fletcher, 10 and 8 years old, respectively. A 13-year-old and a 12-year-old are fighting for their lives in the ICU. You can see right here, and the deceased here above. Absolutely bloodthirsty. These are the innocent faces of transgender, psychotic, demonic violence. Why can we say demonic? Well, because literally Robin Westman, the transgender killer, drew pictures of their demonic possession inside of the diary that was found in the killer's room. Writing here in Russian, when will this all end? And the demon in the mirror answers, go kill yourself. And you can see here, the reflection is the demon. This is sick stuff. Here's the actual translation. When will this end? Help me. I don't want to. Kill yourself. Kill. Minneapolis school shooter Robin Westman confessed that he was tired of being trans, and I wish I had never brainwashed myself. Goodness gracious. Transgender mass shooter Robin Westman confessed that he was tired of being trans and wished he'd never brainwashed himself in a manifesto posted online. Slaughtered 2 children and shot 18 more in a Minneapolis church. In a twisted handwritten journal that he posted on YouTube, I only keep my long hair because it's pretty much my last shred of being trans. I'm tired of being trans. I wish I'd never brainwashed myself. Robin Westman was not healthy, but clearly somebody who was assisted in becoming trans by his mother, which is a very peculiar thing. We've now learned, based on the documents from the state of Minnesota, that his mother and father signed off on his gender change. Minneapolis gunman Robin Westman blamed massacre on his mom, who warned him not to change gender and discourage people from letting their kids transition, even though she signed the documents for her son. Deranged Minneapolis gunman Robin Westman blamed his mother for his decisions to kill so many people at a Catholic church. A Catholic church, by the way, that she worked at. Look at this. Here she is. There, we're honored Mary Grace Westman, who's retiring from Annunciation. She provided such wonderful hospitality and friendship. She worked at the church. And I mean, you can kind of see the connection here now, right? In a disturbed manifesto, Westman claimed to be anxious about a visit from his mother in an entry where he recalled her concerns about him transitioning. Your words, mother, made me stay in discomfort, unable to ask or avoid admitting defeat. You were right, mama, but the way you handled it led me to wanting to kill so many people. So he's like blaming his mother. On brand, right, for these kind of freaking losers. In the rambling writings, the crazed gunman also appeared to blame transitioning and smoking marijuana for his violence. Gender and weed effed up my head. I wish I never tried experimenting with either. Don't let your kids smoke weed or change their gender until they're like 17. Ever. Much of the manifesto was written in a homespun code. July 1 entry included a second thoughts Westman was having regarding his gender and worries about that he would be changing, meeting his mother. Worried about meeting his mother. When I was first out my mother, she was very antagonistic. She really made me hate myself and think I will never be good enough. I remember one day she said something like, in the future, you will look back on this and feel ridiculous about who you feel like you were inside. You will regret this. Well, guess what, Mom? I regret being born. Sicko. Make sure you're there for your kids. Make sure you're there to raise your kids. Anyway, the only reason I'm bringing all of this up is because the FBI is searching for the mom that seemed to have such a profound impact on her mass killer, mass shooter, transgender son's life. The FBI is searching for the mother of the Minnesota gunman who killed 2 children, saying that she has refused to cooperate with the investigation. Federal agents descended on an apartment that belonged to Mary Grace Westman in Florida on Wednesday. Robin Westman opened up fire on the church she used to work at. Footage captured by local news show 3 plainclothes members of the FBI knock on the front door in a building in East Naples and shouting for a Miss Westman. The individuals, who casually dressed and wearing sunglasses, returned to their car empty-handed. They couldn't find her. Vehicles from the local sheriff's department were also seen around the apartment complex. Miss Westman's whereabouts are unknown. Public records show that she has another property in her name in Minneapolis. We have not been successful in talking to the mother. She's hired a defense attorney. Yikes. I mean, not admission of guilt or anything like that, but, clearly taking some precautions here. Minneapolis Police Assistant Chief said Friday there's been a conversation with the shooter's mother, but did not disclose any details. So hired a defense attorney and then apparently fled. Let's read. Mother of transgender Minneapolis shooter Robin Westman appears to have fled and is not cooperating with police, retained a criminal defense attorney. Goodness. She's retained criminal defense attorney. Mary Grace Westman, mother of the transgender Minneapolis mass shooter and child killer Robin Westman, appears to have fled and is not cooperating with police. As the Gateway Pundit reported on Wednesday, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirmed that a male in his 20s opened fire. According to the court documents, Mary Grace Westman transitioned her son and changed his name when he was 17. But according to his diary, I mean, as you can see here, this is, I was showing the documentation. There you go. According to court docs, 17-year-old Robert Westman formally changed his name to Robin. The minor child identifies as female and wants her name to reflect that identification. The application was filed by the mother, and a court granted the request in 2020. Minneapolis church shooter's mom sought out for questioning and now has retained a defense attorney. Why? Strange. Her attorney told Fox News she is completely distraught about the situation, has no culpability, but is seeking an attorney to deal with calls like this. It's also been revealed that police visited the family home several times before. In 2018, police visited over a mental health issue of a juvenile. 2 years prior to that, police also visited the home in response to a criminal offense. Yikes. Totally normal is exactly what a mother with zero involvement with her son's decision to become a mass shooter would do. Mother of the Minneapolis Catholic school shooter has hired a criminal defense attorney. She hasn't been cooperating with police. Something is up. The moms always know, man. I've learned from the mother of the Minneapolis school shooter has retained a criminal defense attorney. Here's the full quote from attorney Ryan Gary on why his client hired criminal defense attorneys. She's completely distraught about the situation, but is seeking an attorney to deal with calls like this. I also asked why she hasn't been cooperating with law enforcement. Can't comment on the case, says the attorney. Okay, strange development. Mom hires defense attorney. Says she has no role in the shooting. I mean, here's what I think is possible, probably most likely, is that the way that these kind of things go, you watch your kid spiral and you don't know what to do. And everyone says, affirm them. And that's actually the cruelest thing you can possibly do. People need extreme mental health, like in these kind of situations, like when you're spiraling, and this happens to a lot of people, they have the capacity to harm themselves, harm others. It's a classic mental health case. I mean, when you read the diary and the manifesto, you can see like this is just somebody on a mental break and is on the brink. And moms will always know these kind of things. And so you need help. But how do you get help when all of society says, no, you must affirm. It's beautiful. Affirm. Otherwise, you're being cruel to your son. You're in like a horrible lose-lose situation. It's really important that the mother cooperates with law enforcement and tells her side of the story. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Very strange. Unpredictable, strange, and horrifying. Pray for the victims. It's Benny. See ya.